Hey, Jules Blessed Vegan, and as always, welcome to my channel. And for those of you who are new, I know you can benefit. So I just want to talk a little bit more about vitamin D because I was just trying to figure it out. I did find the article. It was from Healthline. I always like Healthline because if you're not a reader, they have quick summaries and a bottom line, and I'm a bottom line girl. And that was the one that indicated that it needs to be consumed with fat. So I am going to share that again. I have another article which is what is the difference between vitamin D2 and vitamin D3 and which one is more effective. Well, there's only one choice for me, and that's vitamin D2. Like straight up, vitamin D2 is plant derived and it usually uses mushrooms, whereas vitamin D3 is absolutely derived from animal byproducts, fish oil, like all the things. So even though in some different studies that were conducted, it showed that when taken correctly, meaning with fat, vitamin D3 could be 50% more effective, and in the elderly, 32% more effective than vitamin D2. But I am not overly concerned about that. First of all, my deficit was small. I mean, if the bottom is 32 and I'm at 27, it seems like I can repair it. The other thing in my case, which I suggested, was that because I'm still heavy, when I do consume sun, and I certainly do living in California and in the high desert, it's not as easily converted into vitamin D because I'm still too heavy. So that's my story. I'm not sure what yours is. If you've been accidentally taking vitamin D3, just know that that is not vegan. And I don't know if you want to finish consuming it or if you want to get rid of it. It also indicated that vitamin D2 is often prescribed, in particular for people who have chronic kidney disease. And of course, I'm not claiming that, but I know it to be my truth at this moment. And people with chronic kidney disease who also have a deficit regarding their vitamin D absorption are often prescribed. And that would be like megadoses. And I don't think my doctor would go in that direction. I mean, they literally will prescribe it to like 50,000 international units, which is what IU stands for. It's generally recommended that people take 1,000 or 2,000 units a day. Obviously, if you have a deficit, it can be more. I just went on Amazon and found what I think is going to be a good one. Let me see. 1 second. I'm still navigating around my tripod. It's just a bummer. Anyway, I think it was called Diva, but DEVA. And it looked like a good product. It was 2,400 I used. 90 tablets for like $8. It's not an expensive vitamin. But anyway, we'll see how that plays. I just mainly wanted you guys to know that you want to ensure that you're getting D2 and not D3. Okay, so this is from Healthline, and it is called When is the Best Time to Take Vitamin D? Again, this is just for people considering a supplement, and it did indicate that at least 41% of the population is deficient in vitamin C, vitamin D, even those who consume animal products. So it says vitamin D is an increasingly important vitamin, but is found in very few foods and is hard to obtain through diet alone. As a large percentage of the world's population is at risk of deficiency, vitamin D is one of the most common nutritional supplements. However, many factors can influence its effectiveness, including when and how you take your daily dose. This article explores the best time to take vitamin D to maximize the absorption and effectiveness. And of course, we talked yesterday about the supplements and things where people have, what is that called? Fortified cereal, vitamin D, fortified milk, etc. Okay, yes, I'm wearing my Invisalign. Aren't you so proud? Even have my rubber bands. Okay, when vitamin D stands out from other vitamins because it's considered a hormone and is produced by your skin as a result of sunlight exposure, and there's a hyperlink. Getting enough vitamin D is essential for your health. As studies indicate, it may play a role in immune function, bone health, cancer prevention, and more. And in that first article, which I'm not going to go very far into, it did talk about how people just went crazy for vitamin D as part of fighting COVID, and in particular for like lung inflammation and breathing and things like that, and the benefits of vitamin D. So it's kind of been a hot product, just the way zinc was being pulled off every shelf initially. So it says, however, vitamin D occurs in very few food sources, making it difficult to meet your needs if you're not getting regular sun exposure. For older adults and people who have darker skin, are overweight, or live in areas where sunlight is limited, the risk of deficiency is even higher. Around 42% of adults in the U.S. are deficient in this key vitamin. Supplementing is an easy and effective way to meet the vitamin D needs, especially if you're at risk of deficiency. Better absorbed with meals. This is what I was talking about. Vitamin D is a fat-soluble vitamin, meaning that it does not dissolve in water and is absorbed best in your bloodstream when paired with high-fat foods. For this reason, it's recommended to take vitamin D supplements with a meal to enhance absorption. According to one study, it was a small study, but still, taking vitamin D with the largest meal of the day increased vitamin D blood levels by 50% after 2 to 3 months. Yes, please. I didn't even know to take it with food, right? It's something I just took. And in fact, I haven't been taking it, but when I was taking it, it was like a vitamin D calcium supplement. I was just taking it in the morning as all my meds. I often didn't even eat breakfast because I was fasting, intermittent fasting. So I now understand that if I'm going to take it, it should be at night with my foods that include my fat. Okay, then it says, in another study in 50 older adults, consuming vitamin D alongside a fat-heavy meal increased the vitamin blood levels by 32% after just 12 hours compared to a fat-free meal. And that was in people over 50. Yes, people live that long. Okay, avocados, nuts, seeds, that's what I prefer, versus full-fat dairy products and eggs, that's a hard no, are nutritious sources of fat that help boost your body's vitamin D absorption. Many people prefer to take supplements like first thing in the morning. Not only is it often more convenient, but it's easier to remember your vitamins in the morning rather than later in the day. This is especially true if you're taking multiple supplements, as it can be challenging to stagger supplements or medications throughout the day. For this reason, it may be best to get in the habit of taking your vitamin D supplement with a healthy breakfast. Using a pill box or alarm, blah, 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 can help you remember. Okay. Taking it late in the day may affect sleep. Sleep? I've read about it. Okay, research links vitamin D levels to sleep quality. In fact, several studies associate low levels of vitamin D in your blood to a higher risk of sleep disturbances, poor sleep quality, and reduced sleep duration. Oh, good. I can blame it on that. Conversely, one small study suggested that the higher blood levels of vitamin D may be linked to lower levels of melatonin, the hormone responsible for regulating your sleep cycle in people, this is a whole different study, in people with multiple sclerosis. Some anecdotal reports claim that taking vitamin D at night can negatively influence sleep quality by interfering with melatonin production. I can't win, people. There's no way I'm going to be eating my fat in the morning. Crazy. However, scientific research to determine how supplementing with vitamin D at night may affect sleep is currently unavailable. Until studies exist, it may be best to simply experiment and find what works best for you. And of course, what's best is getting the vitamin D in, no matter when that is, right? So it says, what is the ideal time to take vitamin D? Taking vitamin D with a meal can enhance its absorption and increase blood levels more efficiently. I never knew it. I know it now. I will do it. However, there's limited research on whether taking it at night or in the morning may be more effective. Again, more effective is when you actually take it. The most important steps are to fit vitamin D in your routine and take it consistently to ensure maximum effectiveness. Try taking it alongside breakfast or with a bedtime snack, as long as it doesn't interfere with your sleep. The key is to find what works for you and stick with it to ensure you're meeting your vitamin D needs. I absolutely agree. Bottom line, supplements can be an effective way to boost your blood levels of vitamin D, which is crucial to your health. Taking vitamin D with food can enhance its effectiveness as it's fat soluble. While the best timing has not been established, scientific data to confirm anecdotal reports that supplementing at night may interfere with sleep is available. Current research suggests you can fit vitamin D into your routine whenever you prefer. Just fit it in there. I agree. All right. So let me just see if there's anything else I want to say regarding. We already clarified D2 is vegan, D3 is not. D3 is proven to be more effective, just overall. It is standard to take 1,000 international units to 2,000, and that's true for both. The treatment is indefinite. I mean, as long as you're on the planet, probably. This went on to say the vitamin D2 as a prescription is used to treat hypoparathyroidism, which is a decreased parathyroid hormone secretion. I don't know anything about it. But, I did have hyperthyroid. I consider myself healed. It also helps with rickets and hypophosphatemia, which are low levels of phosphorus in the blood. So interesting. It's commonly used for vitamin D insufficiency in both the prescription and over-the-counter formulas. The FDA does not approve treatment claims for over-the-counter vitamin supplements. Therefore, even though this use is very common, it's considered off-label. Okay? And then this was the update because of the COVID. So they updated it in October, saying that the World Health Organization, which is WHO for short, declared a global pandemic in the wake of the spread of the SARS-CoV-2, more commonly known as COVID-19, due to lack of clear treatment guidelines at the time. And certainly people who are against getting a vaccine, and a waiting period for the vaccine. The focus shifted to boosting our natural immune system. Vitamin D became a key player in the fight against COVID-19. The COVID-19 virus promotes the release of inflammatory cytokines, and this process is what causes some of the most severe respiratory symptoms, which for some have been fatal. Vitamin D is a natural defense against this process as it partially shuts down the cytokine release caused by the presence of COVID-19 virus. Unfortunately, many Americans are vitamin D deficient, and supplementation was necessary to achieve the therapeutic levels. Regimens that included vitamin D and C as well as zinc became commonly recommended in order to boost our ability to fight COVID-19. Preliminary studies have shown that vitamin D reduced ICU admissions in COVID-19 patients and improved overall outcomes. That's impressive. No surprise, I'm sneezing my head off. I am not allergic to this topic. I don't know what the deal is. I can dust all day in here and it'll still get me. Our windows aren't sealed and we're in the high desert. So when there's a lot of wind, everything comes in, but it's all good. So just kind of in conclusion, what is vitamin D2? When you just see vitamin D, it's generally D2. When you see D3, it's specifically D3. So it says vitamin D2, which is ergocalciferol, is a vitamin D supplement available in both prescription and over-the-counter formulations. It is available in oral tablets and capsules, as well as an oral solution. Vitamin D2 comes from plant sources and is the most common form of vitamin D found in fortified foods like cereal or breads. What is vitamin D3? Vitamin D3, which is cholecalciferol, is an over-the-counter vitamin D supplement available in a variety of strengths. It is available in oral tablets and capsules, as well as oral and sublingual, which means under the tongue, right, solutions. Vitamin D3 comes from animal sources such as fish oil, fatty fish, liver, or egg yolks. Are they the same? When we refer to vitamin D, we're talking about vitamin D2. Vitamin D2 and D3 are both widely used vitamin D supplements, but are not the same. Vitamin D2 is ergocalciferol and comes from plant-based sources. Vitamin D3 is cholecalciferol and comes from animal-based sources. Both supplements are processed in the body by the liver to 25-hydroxy vitamin D. Though vitamin D3 is thought to provide higher levels of 25D, some formulations of vitamin D2 are prescription only, while all formulations of vitamin D3 are over-the-counter. Is one better? Again, it's just suggested that D3 is a little more effective in the body. But vegans are going to say no. And I'm a vegan. All right, my friends, that's it. I hope that helps somebody. It's interesting to me. I did write my doctor and say, hey, is there a script available for D2 if you think it would be more effective for me? And I love that it's vegan. Otherwise, in the interim, I went ahead and just ordered that on Amazon. It was called Diva, just D-E-V-A. Super cheap, $8 for 90 of them, like 3-month supply. And I did arrange for my blood test to be 6 months from now. And I'm going to be looking forward to the results because I am on my plan, my friends. I got it going down. Cheers to my Father in heaven. God the Father, of course, but my dad. It's his birthday today. He would have been 92. And his name's John, and I miss him. That's the story. That's the story. Morning glory. La 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 la. La 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 la. All right. Like if you like joining us, if you haven't subscribed, let me know in the comments below how I may support you. And until we talk again, best of all, know that you're blessed.